Yo, what is up, y'all? So I'm just up. I've been up scrolling. I watched the video. I wrote a poem. Now I'm making a video. Now I'm live. Okay, but the video I was just watching. What she was saying, she was basically talking about letting go of the past, and it was crazy because the poem I wrote was about that exact same topic. And that's my whole purpose in making this video. I wanted to just record a video and post it, but then I'm like, how about I just go live so I ain't got to do neither? And I could just talk. And if you tune in, you tune in. Shout out to you. But like, for one, I made this channel because it was mainly about like me being being vulnerable with myself and sharing with whoever pay attention. Like I'm not even like doing this for attention. That's why I don't do it all the time or like how everybody else do it. I'm doing it because this is my digital footprint. This is a part of who I am. This is what I'm leaving when I leave this earth. So it's like that's what it means to me. It's about me just being me and leaving me here. Hence the reason why I'm making this video. But after finishing the video I was watching, the thing I thought of was that ever since I was younger, well, this has been in my head all yesterday in the past week for real, but ever since I was younger, I always had this thing where I was very sensitive, like not in a sensitive in a way to where everything hurts, like like if you punch me, I'm gonna cry, this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, probably if you would have, I would have cried. Not because it hurted, but because I was hurt about what I wanted to do to you, but I had enough control not to do to you. I say that specifically for the memory that popped up when I said that because it was one time somebody punched me. I did one of those slide down the walls holding myself because I knew that if I reacted the way I wanted to, I would have lost my life that day. Maybe. Maybe either I would have or some other person would have, but I just knew I had to have enough self control to keep myself at bay. But I always been that person where I internalize everything because I realize that everything is internal. And then me knowing that after a while, it became my judgment became clouded. Like I forgot that sense of awareness within myself. And it became something greater and more impactful and actually more detrimental than it was helpful. And like as I've been getting older, I realized that it was all supposed to happen the way it was supposed to happen. That is why it happened, because it was supposed to happen. So like something I want to share is I don't look at this as odd. I don't look at this as a mental illness. I don't look at anything as a mental illness. Like if you hear voices in your head, I believe you. If you seeing the dead, I believe you. If you if you like have if people have these mental breaks and they just get anxious and all of these like they just have these splurges where they just uncontrollably at times and this, that, and the third, I believe them because it's more to this world than what we understand. It's more to this world than what we accept. And the more we accept things, the greater the understanding will be. Like life will be so much differently if there wasn't insane asylums. Like if we didn't look at that as a way to contain something we don't understand. Because like I noticed that ever since I was younger, I always been sensitive to people's feelings, to sensitive to, like, if I walk into a room, I can feel everything, and it feels like a massive weight up on my shoulders. And I realize like that's why a lot of times I be so quiet, or like I days out sometimes, because it's so much going on in the room that's said and unsaid, that's going on, that's not going on. It's just so much going on to the point where I don't understand it. And it's like I didn't have someone in my life to communicate that to. And it's like if I've been feeling like that as ever since I was younger, and I grow older and I still feel that way, and I still don't have anybody to communicate that with, that understands, that don't look at that as something wrong. It's a that puts you in a box that makes you shelter yourself, that makes you, like, what is it called, protect yourself, because you don't know how people are going to respond to that, to you saying these different things. Like I think of this movie I was watching, or this show I was watching, and oh, perfect example, Raising Dion. His mother was protecting him from those that was seeking to do experiments on him, because they wanted to understand the unknown. They was willing to sacrifice that child's life in order to fulfill something that was not their calling, something that they felt they were obligated to do, when it was just an assumption that they carried within their heart that grew greater. And it's like I don't like that. Like, since when as a society that we make it okay to do experiments on people that's different, or like to make example of people that's different. Like in a sense we are different as well, because to them we what is it called, we weird, we're this, we're that. Like they can say everything that they want to say about us, just like we can say everything we want to say about them. And it's weird to me that we as a society, we label people, places, and things. Like that make me think of a comment I shared on Instagram. This lady, she said, it's safe to say I have no hope for for black people in America. Like something. She said a lot of nothing for real, but it was her opinion. But a man commented, and he said, for one, we could stop generalizing people's opinions. Just because you feel that way about your own life experiences, don't mean I gotta feel that way. Like, like for instance, like when people look at children as burdens, like, or like when people feel like you shouldn't get an abortion, or like that gay people are an abomination. Like it's weird to me, because it's like, what makes your generalized opinion everybody's opinion? Like why do, if you feel that way, why do you assume that I have to feel that way too, just because you feel that way? Like you're not that special. You're not. Like if we being honest, like you're one and the same with the next person that look and think like you. Like it's weird to me, cause like the um the thing that's really roaming through my head is like a lot of people assume that I like women because of how I come across, how I look, how I operate. And it's like, it's not that I like women. I ain't never been with a woman in life, never thought about it, never wanted to. That is not something that is in my heart. I am made for a black man. So if you my man, if you my future man and you watching this, shout out to you. You can comment, or you can just DM me on Instagram at Shay Herbo. That's Shay with an E. I got an orange profile picture with my logo in the middle. I answer. I text back. when I want to. I just had to say that because if you my man, you my man. Simple. But anyways, I like sushi too. We can go on a sushi date. Anyways, and ramen. Sushi and ramen date. I know how to use chopsticks. Or we can do pizza. Pizza cool too. Pizza and tacos. Chicken. Can never go wrong with chicken. But anyways, because I had you gotta shoot your shot. Cause you never know if your man listening or not. The man that you're supposed to be, that God put in your life, you never know if they listen or not. So you gotta, you feel me? But growing up in a household where they value differences is where it's like, uh, as you get older, because then you realize how much different you are. So it's like if you judge other people, think about how much you saying about yourself as you judging other people. Like, don't get me wrong, conditioning is a monster. And I say that because you don't really know how conditioned you are until somebody contradicts your train of thought. So like, or until you grow older and you realize like, hey yo, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. Yeah, I felt that way. Yeah, I said what I said. But who am I to judge? Who am I to put you in a box that you don't belong in? Who am I to say that about you? That's how I look at everything now. Like all the things I said, all the things I did in the past. Like who am I to do that? And if you said anything to me about it, or behind my back, or did something to me that was foul, or anything like that, and I disrespected you in that way, I understand because I disrespected you. Disrespect breeds disrespect. Hurt people. It's a cycle. But in order to break that cycle is to do what that man said in that comment and stop generalizing people's opinions. Yes, you feel that way. You feel that way based on your life experiences. Simple as that. Clean cut as that. It nothing else matters because that's what you believe. Why that don't have I don't have to feel like that. Like that's and I feel like that's why like it be in the movies and stuff. I learn from a lot of movies, but even in life though, it be play like you have like a racist family, a white racist family, and they'll birth a kid that'll date a black person that love black people, that they find comfort in that area, and it's like nothing wrong with that because they realized how conditioned they were to look at life, and they were willing to break out the box and defy the odds and become something different than what was expected of them. Because the thing is about expectations is people assumptions are their expectations. They feel obligated to those assumptions because that's what they expect, but it's like, who are you? Do you even hold yourself at that regard? Did you even heal from your conditioning to have that? Like it really makes me question a lot of things that we normalized as people. Like that's my whole purpose in making this YouTube channel is because I want to talk about these things. I want to be vulnerable in these thoughts and perspectives. I want to hear other people's perspective too. Like, yeah, I say what I say, I do what I do, but at the end of the day, this is my life. Teach me something. Help me grow. Help me become a better me. And like this goes back now, going back to the reason why I actually made this video. Now I went on that after I went on that rant. Like I always been this person where I've been sensitive to people, places, and things, to energies, and just the things I didn't understand, the unknown. Like I always took a leap of faith. Like my life has been rooted in God. Like I don't know what what plans God got for me in this lifetime, but I'm here for it. And I can only ever be here for it. That's all I'm here for. And like, and I've known that ever since I was younger. Like it's just like this inkling where I just knew that something amazing was gonna come out of my life. Never knew what it was, never knew how it was gonna look, because if you ask me, I still don't know what I want to do with this with my life. But I know that each day, as long as I put a brick down each day, that eventually the house will build and I see exactly the dream that the Most High put into my life, the vision clearly. And when I was like, and I have this thing where I can feel people's energies. Like people say that's being empathic, and it's that in a sense, but it's like I hear, I can hear your thoughts, I can hear what you're saying, I can hear what you don't say, I can see between everything. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like nothing get past me. Like legitly that. Even when I try to like denounce, like try to be like, oh, it ain't that, it ain't that, it ain't that, it ain't that. Even when I try to do like that, it legitly be the thing that I denounced. And it be weird because it's like, what is that? What like why am I like this? Like I had to have this conversation with myself. Like why do you feel this deeply? Why do you care so much? Why are you like this? And I realized that I was made to be like this. You like this world need more people like me. And to be me is a blessing, because maybe me being me will inspire people to be more of themselves. Like I ain't gonna lie, I I was listening to Rhapsody Stand Tall. Yeah, I was listening to Rhapsody Stand Tall when she, like, I think it was the day after she dropped it, right? And I was listening to it, and I swear to God, I took a screenshot on my phone somewhere just because I needed the record to make sure that I wasn't crazy. You feel me? But as I'm listening to the song, she, I got her post notifications on Instagram. I mean on Twitter. She's tweeting something. Her words, she's sending yellow hearts, and she's sending appreciation to the people on Twitter or whatever. But all of that is coming to my phone as I'm watching this video. And the video that she made, the Stand Tall, it's like the story of my life. The way that she said it, the way that she crafted that piece, it was just so profound to what I was going through in the moment. Like I was just boo-hoo crying, like it was crazy. So for her to just sit there and just like for her to be on Twitter at the same time, and I'm getting the notifications that this is going on, like that she making these tweets and stuff. It was like, I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I felt like, what's going on? God, I was like, God, what's up? Because like I know she ain't talking to me, but it feel like she talking to me in the song and in reality. So I DM'd her. I sent her this long ass paragraph on Instagram. And what's crazy is that the message was so long that I had to delete some of the words in order to send the message. I think I either had to delete some of the words or I had to send the rest of it in the second message or whatever. I don't know what I did. I can't think of it right now. I don't feel like picking my phone up to go look. But she responded, and it was what she said that really just it gave me that virtual hook. Like if an artist could give you the artist that saved your life, whose music saved your life, if they could give you a hug, that's what that felt like. I kid you not. Her message. And she said that with her album, her intention is to give people permission to heal, for them to understand like it's okay. It's okay that you feel the way that you feel. It's okay to be willing to grow and to become a better version of yourself. And when she sent that, when I woke up to that message, oh my God, my heart melted because I didn't think she was gonna respond. Like I ain't gonna lie, I really didn't think that because I messaged so many artists and comment under so many artists stuff, like, and I never expected them to respond, but it was so different when she responded, and I needed it. I in that moment I needed that because I needed that reminder of who who I am and what I came here for. Because my intentions with this YouTube was the exact same thing. And it was different to have a piece of art that she's crafting and is doing that same exact thing. And I get to feel that. And it's different. That was just a heartwarming experience for me. I had to share it because I want to have that impact on people. I want to be able to touch as many lives as I can with my words, with my presence, with me being me, because I want to empower people to do that same exact thing. It's too many people, it's too many evil people in the world doing evil things, hurting people because they hurt. Like, I'm so tired of that. I'm so tired of us generalizing stereotypes and ideologies that is based on conditioning from 500 years of slavery, from over 500 years of slavery. Like, no, at some point we gotta grow up. We gotta become adults. Like, Christianity is not the only way of life. Muslim is not the only way of life. What is it? America is not the only way of life. Like, man, it's so like it was a conversation I had with my ex, right? When I was in my past relationship, I had this thing where I love, it's this dude named Mark Wings on YouTube. He had these videos where he was traveling, like he was making content, he was traveling, he was trying foods from different tribes and he was different walks of life and stuff, right? And I kid you not, like I enjoyed that because I was also watching Spearfish in Jamaica. I was just watching all of these different ways of life that's different from American culture. And he had said, like, he was watching, I guess he was watching a video with me, or he glanced or something. I forgot how it went. But I do remember his question. His question was, how do they pay for stuff? They don't have no money, they don't have no buildings. Like, what what is that? Like, that ain't what they showed us on TV. Like, it was just how he said what he said. But basically, it's the generalizing stereotype of the fact that we need money to survive. We need these things to thrive in life and this, that, and the third. Like, people in Africa trading goats. They trading animals. They bartering with the things that they have to get the things that they need. Like, they living in with the basic things, and it's so amazing to see how much they thrive and how happy they are. Yeah, they have less. Yes, they have to struggle with more because they have less, but they are happier than we have ever been, with and without money. And it's amazing the fact that they live like that in so much peace when we have more and we live with so much chaos. And it's mind boggling to think like they're living weird, that they're different, like their way of life is unconventional. When in reality, I would say ours is, because the whole purpose of economics is a study. Basically, it's the study of how a civilization can live in scarcity. So if we can separate you from your abundant nature and put you in a scarce environment, how do you operate? What do you do? How do you make the decisions that you make? How can we control the way that you make decisions? That's experimenting. Economics is based on experiments, and that's what the entire American society is based on. It's based on those experiments actualized in how we ration different things. And it's when you like real life dissect it all, it's one of those things where it's like, damn, we really some lab rats. And it's sad because we normalize this. We normalize so much stuff, and we judge the things that we don't understand that would bring us closer to a better way of life. Like I was talking to a friend recently, and she was saying, like, that they said those crystals are demonic. And she's not the first person to tell me that. Like, it was this one lady I met. I had the Hamsa hand around my neck, and it's wild because after she did this, it broke. But I had the Hamsa hand on my around my neck. I used to wear that a lot. I used to wear that everywhere. And the lady grabbed it. She said, "Did you know that that is demonic? That doing yoga and all of that stuff is demonic, da da da." And she started praying over me, or whatever. And I kid you not, my like my spirit felt different. I That was probably the first time in a long time that I generally felt insecure. Like, not insecure in a way to where I'm not confident, but insecure in a way to where it felt like a weapon formed against me would prosper. Because in a sense, that's what she was doing. She was twisting my faith for me to think something different. Luckily, I was leaving, so I was able to reflect and deflect that off of me. But it was in that moment I felt so helpless, because this is an older woman. I can't just off of me. I had to I had to ease it off, because it's like, for one, I didn't understand it, because in my reality, I never looked at it like that. So I didn't even know that people looked at it like that. So, and I understand that was a lesson I had to learn, but it was just one of those things where it's like, why? Like, and as I've been getting older, I realize, like, it's a lot of people that look at it like that, that have these generalized ideologies, and they try to like spoon feed it to you, and if you don't accept it, then now they trying to box you into your coffin, in a sense, because that's typically what it is. And it's weird to me, because it's like, who gave you that power? Who made you superior to try to make me feel inferior based on what I believe, based on what I think? Like, I'm not finna force my beliefs onto you, because I challenge it. I'm the type of person where I love to argue. I love it. I love it. I try not to, but I love it. I rebuttal. I'm a rebuttaler for real. And it's because there's always a different way to look at things. Like it's always a different way to look at things. And if you only ever look at things one way, then you 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 will forever be stuck in the same place at which you got hurt in, the same place at which you developed that perspective. Like what they say, in order to have something you never had, you have to be willing to do something you never did. So in order to achieve a different level of understanding, you have to be willing to think differently. You have to be more open mind. You have to be more receptive to reality, to the different realities there is in reality. And that's actually something that someone told me recently. They told me that I need to be more open minded. But I feel like my mind is very open, too open in effect, in a sense, to where I feel like the thing that I really need to do is set boundaries to how open I be, because I'm such a free spirit. Like I truly don't care about anything at all. It's like I care, but I don't care, and I don't care that I don't care, and I care that I don't care, but I care I don't care. Oh no, mm-mm, mm-mm. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, Shayla. We're not doing it. Mm. I'm just up ranting, saying whatever comes to mind, because whatever comes to mind is what's on my mind, literally. But with that being said, your girl is out of here. Wait, I see something. I actually want to see something. I wish you can see who who your viewers are. That'd be really dope. That being said, your girl is out of here. Peace and love.